with this.
No,
thing,
that's why. Listen to me. That's why it's so tough to, what is your true criteria is really the question. Now, I mean, with me having this year off from coaching, I didn't want to be too far out of sight, out of mind. So I wanted to stay in front.
Stay tapped in.
Stay tapped in. I want to be remembered. Just
right.
Because I mean, and just like that.
Like somebody in the league. What coach you think? What kind of coach you think you are? Who's somebody you think in the league? Like your personality, your coaching style.
My personality, I'm a Steve Kerrish. I like her.
Steve Kerr.
I like her.
So you breaking the.
I like
you breaking the board. Then you doing.
I may. In the coaching is more. You have a bigger responsibility. It's you gotta lay in wins. You gotta be a father figure. You gotta be a coach. You gotta be a trainer.
You're a mentor. You're everything. You're all
yeah,
that, bro.
What
do you think the difference is between AAU coaching and school coaching?
More responsibility in school. Way more.
Because you gotta do grades and all that stuff.
You got feed kids. You got a budget. You got
in today's era, right?
Listen today. Today's era is
okay. Because look, because I'm saying,
and I'm not saying it's not some kids that don't want it like we did, but it is still different, and it will happen. Kids leave these days like it's nothing, man. They get up, bye. I go play with.
And so your top 5 Tulsa of your era.
My era.
Yeah.
Jason, man, listen to
because your teammate, you buy it.
No,
you come with it.
No, listen.
No, okay. No.
No. Hey, that's my guy.
You gotta throw a charger. You gotta throw a charger.
My guy.
It's okay. Okay, charger it is.
So who does I got? Hall,
Parker,
Ebby, Tonio.
Yeah. Okay.
And that last one.
Yeah. Come on. Man, I didn't even introduce. We're just chopping it up. This is Aric Gaines.
I just want to. I can't be too far out of sight.
So how you like coaching, bro?
Oh, coaching was the best, bro. Listen, by far the best, bro. Listen to me.
It's the best thing next to playing, bro.
Not even close, man. Them 2 years at Booker T.
You coached freshmen.
I had freshmen, and won championship that second year with my freshmen. Went undefeated, and then of course them 2 years at varsity.
You assistant.
So
what do you think is like the biggest thing you learned from coaching? I mean, you always kind of been a coach anyway because you was a point guard on the floor, so you already kind of had the quarterback mindset where you got the sets, running the sets, telling people where to be at.
Right. Nah, the coaching, man. To be honest, man, I learned. We all know the game.
We know the game from playing, right, but then when you go to the
and coaching is different. Coaching is different.
You don't have the control.
Right.
You can't go play.
Right. You gotta have you gotta have some control. You gotta have a respect, man, because it starts there. If you don't, them kids are gonna know you. And
you have some altercations. You ever had situations where you had to
I had to talk
go
to
in on someone?
No, not a go in because I don't play that. I'm more. I can be cutthroat. I say that I can be cutthroat. Okay, what you got one more, and then I forget about you. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm prepared.
You move on.
Yeah, if I've given you chance
after chance.
Yeah, and I'm not going. It's
what coach you think like somebody in the league? What coach you think? What kind of coach you think you are? Who's somebody you think in the league? Like your personality, your coaching style.
My personality, I'm a Steve Kerrish. I like her.
Steve Kerr.
I like her.
So you breaking the. You breaking the board. Then you doing.
I may. I might, bro. Listen, I haven't been.
Look,
I've been very mad at times,
too, bro. Yes,
I've been extremely mad.
I think when players who become coaches get mad as a coach, it's from a player competitive nature perspective.
No doubt.
It is like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a few things that go to it, man. And again, like I said, just to answer your question, man, is coaching, man. Just you learn. I mean, we all learn from, like you said, when you were a player, because it teaches you, teamwork. How to talk, communication, all that stuff. You got to trust people. All of that.
Exactly,
and then the coaching is more. You have a bigger responsibility. It's you got to land wins. You got to. You got to be a father figure. You got to be a coach. You got to be a trainer.
You're a mentor. You're everything. You're all of it, bro. You're all of it. And I think coaches are underrated, underestimated in terms of their impact to the kids' lives, bro.
They do. Big impact, man. Listen to me. I had a parent in my phone that I coached at Booker T. I just talked to. We talked sparingly. He just texted me in my phone and said, listen, now both of his boys are probably, one will start and the other one will get a lot of major minute varsity basketball. Both of them just in 10th grade. And one's a starting quarterback, one's a receiver. So they great athletes. They start both sports, varsity. And his father just texted me and said, listen, man, we were just talking about you the other day. Makai Lathan still say you're the best coach they ever had. And so, man, listen, and that's the best feeling. Like, start
that's
point.
The win.
Woo!
That's the win right there, bro.
It is
that's the win. It's not the X's and O's.
It's not.
It's not. And
it ain't.
Even when I coach AU, I coach some school ball. Like I'll help Coach Wilson at times back in the day when I forgot his name was over there. Pooh, was over there.
Yeah.
And assistant just help. So I ask you this question: as an assistant. No, as a head coach, do you have an assistant? Did you have an assistant?
Freshman, I didn't have an assistant. I did do this though,
and I come into practice.
I've had people come into practice. Briscoe at one point he wanted to help. He had kind of jumped in there for a little bit. Briscoe, as far as the freshman, he's pretty much the only one. I know he wants to dial in the coach though. He wants to get to that level and coach more competitive guys. But as far as the freshmen go, I didn't get you don't get like an assistant.
Right, just you.
It's just.
So what do you think is the difference between you being a head coach and freshman, but then being an assistant? Like, what's the difference between those two?
I mean, it's not your say so.
You just.
You have a voice.
You're supporting the head coach, he got going, and then carrying it out to the rest of it.
Right, there you go. I'm an assistant, so at Booker T, that was Coach Phipps' world per se. That was when you're assistant, you got to suck it up sometime. And Coach Phipps was a great coach. Sometimes he had some stuff I disagree with, but one thing I wanted to pride myself on was being a great assistant until I was able to be a coach.
You have your time.
When I was in his,
because if you be a great assistant, then you'll have a great assistant, right?
Let me be a great assistant. Let me learn from being an assistant. Let me learn from him. Man, listen to me. Offensive guru, Coach Phipps. Oh man, listen, you sit next to him. He got it. I see why he coached at the collegiate level for so long.
So. Okay, a couple of questions. One of the questions is, would you rather head coach or would you rather assistant? Which field do you?
I'd rather head, no doubt. Every day.
Interesting.
Every day.
Some people, a friend asked me what I rather, because I've coached AU, I was assistant coach at different schools. I like assistant, man.
You better. That's your thing.
In fact, to be honest, I'm at a stage now where I don't even want to even be like the assistant. I almost want to be like third, fourth down the line, like as a personal player, like what Steve Nash was over there at Florida State. Like I kind of like that, to tap into the mind of individual and put them in situations by themselves as it pertains to the strategy. To work on these few 3 or 4 moves like a trainer. I like that.
The training aspect.
Yeah, I like that aspect, man.
Yeah.
Who's your top 5 coaches, man, that you ever, or top three 3 to 5 coaches in your whole life that you had a huge
impact on my life. The top 3 coaches, Coach Bragg, without a doubt. He was my head coach at Memorial.
Okay.
Learned a lot from him. As a matter of fact, he may be. Let me. I'll hold off on giving number 1, but yeah, Coach Bragg.
Okay, use name. You ain't got to categorize. Just name them off.
Coach Bragg, I would say, I learned a lot from Coach Blunt, and he wasn't even my coach. Oh, no doubt. Shout out Coach Blunt. And then I'ma say my assistant. He knew the game as well, Coach Savage, man. Your
assistant, the high school.
My high school assistant. I mean, he was a mind too. You know, he studied under Coach Bragg, which was somebody who meant a lot to me in my life as far as basketball.
Right. And
he had Coach Bragg's views with his. I mean, think about it. He went on to Memorial, if I'm mistaken, 2 state champions after Coach left. Went to Sand Springs. He's been competitive at Sand Springs. I mean, his track record shows. Look how good I am. I'm a champion. I'm always competitive.
Wow.
I'm always above the middle of the pack. And so Coach Savage, Coach Bragg, Coach Blunt, those 3 are the ones that probably stain me the most. You know what I'm saying? So,
what do you think the difference is between AAU coaching and school coaching?
More responsibility in school. Way more.
Because you got to know people's grades and all that stuff.
You know, you got to feed kids. You got a budget.
You have to do AAU too, though.
No, you do. It's don't feed them in school and see what happens. Big difference. You see what I'm saying?
Under your watch.
Under your watch.
They don't eat under your watch.
Let somebody come back and say, "Hey, my son said he didn't eat. You didn't feed him."
Well, yeah, you made no practice.
He practiced hard. He did this. It's a big difference, man. You got
in today's era, right?
Listen today. Today's era is
okay. Because I'm saying, at least for me, I'll say for myself. I mean, I wanted to play so bad. I didn't even. Eating was like not even.
It wasn't. It just didn't have to.
I mean, you ate, but it wasn't like right. It was like if I gotta not eat, I'm still gonna go hoop.
I was right. I can curve this appetite one more time for a good session.
This is my appetite. I'm eating this, and like I eat later. Moms had to make us eat sometimes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to stay outside and keep.
It's different now. Man, listen to me. I'm telling you, these last 2 years, I have gained some of the best relationships ever. I love the kids to death, but it is a different time. It is some entitled kids, man, that can be a thorn.
Yeah, entitled. I think it's also the entitlement comes from they're more informed. They have more information about how to take care of themselves.
They do,
and because of that, they're like, hey, I'm gonna hold you accountable.
Right.
To keep in my this is my standard of myself. I gotta have my protein and my fruits and all this stuff.
Regimen,
and they even know how much they need to be having to drink and all this stuff. Like I'm like, I'll be like, no, you can't get no water. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, betray him. Take some water? No, not yet. No.
It's only a 50-minute work.
And then I'll be thinking, then the new school thinking, you know what, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you listen to me.
Load management, go ahead.
Load management. It's, again, and I'm not saying it's not some kids that don't want it like we did, but it is still different. It's a lot of spoiled kids and entitled, man, and you hear stories of certain players getting away with stuff where they at, and a lot of kids think that they can bring that to where they at, and they can be the entitled superstar guy. It's a lot, man. It's a lot that go along.
And kids are threatening you with shoot, I'll go play somewhere else.
I go play. I mean, you got
that's that Ron impact, though, ain't it?
It is. And it will happen. Kids leave these days like it's nothing, man. They'll get up. Bye. I go play with.
Did you grew up north?
I grew up north.
So how'd you end up going to Memorial?
I grew up north, And my mom had already moved south. Okay, she had moved south when we was in the 5th grade. Okay, so that first year I just stayed back with my grandma and continued at Walt Whitman. And so then I went to Carver. You know, I got into Carver. I was still north, but my mom had moved south. So then I was already going to Carver, but I moved south. And so anyway, I applied for Booker T.
What year was that?
That was
came out. When did you come out? 98, 99?
99.
99. So yeah. So
90,
okay.
99 high school. Anyway, yeah, I applied for Booker T. I did. You know, I think I applied to. I forgot what it was, and I was in Memorial District because my mom had already moved out south while I was going to Carver, and Memorial was my district. And I think it was Memorial Jinx. I think my mom ended up fighting me to get Memorial for some reason, and Memorial was more competitive though. From what I remember going into high school, Memorial was, you know, Brandon Lloyd, Yasser, you know, all of these guys out there that competed and won championships. Yeah. That's why I knew if I had to choose. Not saying Jinx don't have a great program and a long history of winning. I knew Memorial for a fact. Especially for basketball. And right now, I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to see if such club was going to transfer in.
Right then,
I was going to come in and we was going to be competitive off rip. And we was. My freshman year, we went state.
So, you know? I don't know. I think it's different now. And I'm not tapped in as much with like high school, like local high school basketball. But, man, I wasn't like star stud. Like I wasn't no star stud. I wasn't somebody they looked at in middle school. Like I'm just a regular dude, just trying to. I want to who I'm trying to make the squad. I'm kind of like. So I trained one of your kids. I used to teach him in elementary. He was a PE teacher, Sean. Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm kind of like him. You know, just trying to
get by.
I got the potential.
Yeah.
But then I don't.
Yeah.
I'm lacking some knowledge of the game. I got the motor. I got the athleticism.
The knowledge.
But the knowledge, the experience on the court.
Yeah.
But man, went to Central, man, it's such a long.
You
know, you're talking about
list of guys.
You're talking about the ladder, bro.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I almost transferred to Edison.
Yeah.
I was going
what stopped you?
So if I was a kid today,
yeah.
If I was a kid today, I would have went on ahead and said,
"I'm gone,
signing. I got my max deal." You know what I'm saying?
You maxed out.
But you know, I'm on some '90s. I'm Clyde Drexler. I'm MJ. I'm Dominique. I want to stay. I want to stay. I want to stay loyal. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I look back now. Some part of me is like, man, I wish I would have went for the opportunity to play.
Yeah.
But then I look back and think, man, I got to see some people.
Some greatness. Oh, no doubt.
You know, walking around the school. Some of the best hoop sessions was
at
lunch joint. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But with that, so you know, you saw Joe. I don't know if you saw the JoJo joint. You see that joint? I hadn't really did see it.
Yeah,
I didn't really see it. I said, I wonder if Game saw this joint, man. Because
shout out to Joe.
Yeah, shout out to Joe. Yeah. So you know him growing up, JoJo knows?
We played against each other all the time, and we ended up going to college together too, man.
Yeah.
And so, but I do remember. I mean, JoJo had the tools. Athlete, he was a great slasher, and then the jumper developed.
Yes, it did.
He started shooting the three a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
He's a great systematic. A player who will do everything.
No doubt.
Both sides.
A1 defender.
Just
A1 defender. Long, athletic. You know,
he gonna give you everything.
Oh, no doubt. He always ended up putting it together. He just had the thing about Joe, in my opinion, was he had to just wait till Demi left. You know, he just kind of, unfortunately,
for him to be the guy.
For him to be that guy. Now, his junior year, from what I can remember, he was still.
He did great, bro.
He was still a factor. He played a second.
He was one of the top. I'm saying he was up there. So
he did.
So okay, he gave his top 5 of Tulsa, right?
He did.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that, Joe. I know you've probably seen the clip.
Yeah.
But he gave his top 5. So, man, all right. Top 5 basketball players in Tulsa of all time. Your top 5.
Ooh, man, that's a tricky one, man. You know, because it's a lot of them. And so what I'm gonna do, man, on that, I'm not gonna talk about Hump and E-Tire because, man, you know what I mean? Come on now.
He said he did. You know, on the clip he said, I ain't starting with, you know, E-Tire and them boys outside like that. You know, and mainly because you know.
Okay.
You know, you talking
so
about,
shoot
you
to
talking
me.
about Booker T Central. You talking about so it's the hard to even look over there. Even still today for me.
Right. No
like
doubt.
I'm like,
no doubt.
Some of my clients that I've trained in fitness class, like, oh, the Booker. I was like, oh, okay. You know, it's just the rivalry still so.
Yeah.
Even with y'all, even Memorial,
doubt.
man. I didn't even know y'all was like that till we went out there. I'm on like, I think I was a freshman. I was JV.
Yeah.
You know, we traveling. We all going on the bus. They folks painting their face.
Right.
They got one side red, one side blue.
It was serious.
They got the posters. I'm like, dang, we in a college joint? Like, this is crazy.
It was. And we was rated that year hardest place to play. You can look that up, man. They used to rate. I don't know if Tulsa World still do that, but they used to do that. Man,
that was tough. So so your top 5. Yeah, of your era. Let's talk about because he gave his time that he was from high school to the 18. So your top 5 Tulsa of your era.
My era.
Yeah.
Not all just who I played against. Is that what you're
with your top 5 you played against or with.
Okay.
Or with. You can put in with.
Okay.
With who you play with.
Top 5 players I played against was.
You can mix in with or against.
With or against.
Top 5 pound for pound. Top 5 pound for pound.
Okay. James Hall, without a doubt. That speaks for itself. You know, do we got to go there? You know, that speaks for itself. Without a doubt, I think that's.
Did you know him personally?
I did. He's funny thing. He dated a girl that went to school with me, and me and her stayed around the corner from each other. And he would take us to school, and he would leave in her car, and you know, he went to school wherever he went. You know, so. He used to take me to school. Me and a friend of mine. I won't go into that, but yeah, he man, listen to me. Funny, clever guy, man. Funny, clever guy. Shout out to James, man. I actually reached and talked to him through Facebook, man. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good spirits, man. Good spirits. So I got Hall. I got Ebb, Parker,
Jason.
Oh, without a doubt. Jason, man, listen to me.
Because he's your teammate? You buy it?
No, listen.
No, okay.
No. Yeah, no. Hey, that's my guy.
You got to throw a charger.
Hey, listen, shout out to...
You got to throw a charger. It's okay. Okay, charger it is.
Charger it is. You know, and he was skilled.
No, man, yeah, for real.
He was sharp as attack. He was skilled. His type of game, we didn't play that way. But you got to understand where he came. He lived other places.
Exactly.
He played. He played it. He lived in New York. He lived in other places. Strict. Yes, his pops was. Oh man, his pops was ahead of the times. Yeah. And so,
for real, before LeVar.
Oh, it was
before
Johnny.
LeVar Ball. It was
Johnny.
I mean, I remember seeing him.
Johnny. Listen.
Ooh. I can hear this guy.
Oh yeah. Smart guy, man. He stayed on Jason real tough.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he actually kind of instilled some of that stuff in me, man. Shout out to Johnny for real. So who did I say? I got Hall,
Parker,
Ebby, Tonio.
Yeah. Okay.
And that last one,
man. Come on.
That I played against, probably I would say that last one, maybe Marcus Hill or Demi right there. One of the hardest guys, I do want to say this. One of the guys I ever had to guard was Luke Dobbins, though. Luke Dobbins, he ended up going to play in the TU. He's from Tahlequah.
He played what was the high school again?
He played at Tahlequah.
I remember.
He was 25 every year over and over and over. Oh, he was tough. He was. Listen to me. Look him up. He got because he never stopped. It was every time he got it, he wanted to score. He was
man. He was a point guard too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a point. He was a scorer in the points body. And listen, he never stopped. But I do want to shout him out. But I will say this: it's hard, man.
So what year did Marcus Hill graduate?
97. So I got 2 years of Marcus. You know, my freshman and sophomore year, I got 2 years of Marcus. So I gotta. Let's not forget how good Marcus was. He didn't have the options he had coming out of high school for college on some fluke stuff. You know, Marcus was 6'5", 6'6". Put him anywhere. He was going to produce. It didn't matter. You put him in Central, Jenks, Union, Owasso. He was going to go and he's going to give you 20 every night.
Now, when you talk about options, I want to get to that in a second. But so Marcus Hill,
Demi's right there. Demi's right there.
He didn't want to put Brady in there, but okay.
No, you know the thing about Demi, man.
Yeah, man, Demi though, bro.
He somewhat is forgotten for some reason. I can't even really.
We have to keep bringing him up to keep him in the shuffle because.
And he's player of the year. He's player of the year.
They actually, man, I tell you something off camera.
Yeah.
They actually had him, you look this stuff up. They had him projected going to this thing. He had him projected going to the league. Like Coach Scott said, he going to the league.
To the NBA, huh?
Because his numbers, how he play.
Right.
So I'm the guy climbing the ladder, right? I'm on JV.
Right.
As a junior, bro.
Right.
You climbing that ladder.
But
like, you wait until maybe the senior I can get me a suit. You just want. Right. And then back then, like kids of that they should just be playing, right?
Yeah. And
back then, bro, you was happy to get a suit.
You was happy.
You felt like if I got a suit, like man.
Yeah, I'm on there.
My game is the warm-ups, bro.
Right.
The warm-ups.
Right. I mean the warm-up. And not only that, when you had a suit, things are better for you off the court too.
That's what I'm saying. So the girls are like, oh, he got a suit. Oh, he got a suit.
He official.
He don't. Okay. So if I had a chance with anybody, I had to get a suit.
You just
because a suit was like a max deal.
It was like.
But then there's different tiers. You had different tiers, like different levels. If you
still had your JoJo's and then
exactly.
But at the same time, you was okay with just being in your lane. You had a suit.
I had a suit.
I could walk around my jacket. Y'all know I play.
Back in that time, I think they even knew how crazy the competition was because even at JV, man, I got some love, bro.
Yeah, no, listen to me. They recognize I never understood the situation with UNT Scott. I never could quite put my finger on it. Now, I was never nosy.
So what are you trying to say about me and T? What kind of player? What kind of player? What do you think from what you've seen me?
I knew you were a good player. Now, as we all do, of course, we all get better as time goes on.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's always, to me, I seen your game in high school. We all kind of sprinkle and playing against each other at parks. And
and all in parks.
There was no way. To me, this is just my opinion, that you shouldn't have had a suit earlier. Now,
sophomore,
just listen. You sharpened up a ton afterwards, but based off your athleticism alone, you should have been on there. But that's just my opinion.
It's crazy because it went through a time where players was lobbying.
Yeah.
Like hey, every day, bro.
Yeah.
I had to guard this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm that guy that had to guard him every day in practice.
Right.
And so for me, he's the greatest player that I've seen with my 2 eyes every day.
Right.
Practice.
Right.
His whole
wiggle. He was good. Now listen to him. He was good. He was athletic. He got up on his jump shot. He was clever. He just, unfortunately, man, for him, man, him and James was born in the same year. Yeah. And they was in the same class. And even though he was player of the year, James still always kept that honor somehow, some way. That's how great he was.
You know how I found out about you? I didn't even know. I told the story. So people come back to school talking about this crazy thing that happened at the game, right? And they say, "Man, dude, come up the court talking about, the thumbs down to somebody and then cross him over and do his thing." I'm like, what the? I'm thinking like, oh, y'all talking about I recently let me look at the highlight. Let me go ESPN and get home. You talking about Ivo? Oh, you talking about somebody that actually did it here. So then at that time, that's when I started like, okay, I need to find out who to do this. So then there's so many dudes that be at the parks back in the day
no doubt.
that you just
no doubt.
You just waiting to get up on there to play against Hank and these boys, but they just cheat the cord. They ain't coming off.
Right.
And even if they're not coming off because they're gonna win, and they're not gonna come off if they lose because they gonna beat you down. So you like
they OGs.
So they hold the court down.
It's a win-win for them.
It's a win-win, right? Shout out to Hank though, man, for real.
Yeah, no
all
doubt.
the boys. So yeah, man, top 5. That's crazy, man. So what player? Who's your favorite player today in the NBA?
DeMar DeRozan. Yeah. Yeah. Check him out. Shout out DeMar. Check him out.
This is your favorite player today.
DeMar DeRozan, favorite player, without a doubt.
Do you think you see yourself in him?
I feel like I got some of his stuff. I think he's the most unrecognized skill guy in the league. His skill is second to. So I tell you what, check it out. You can YouTube Kevin Durant's comments on DeMar DeRozan. You can YouTube Kobe Bryant's comments on DeMar DeRozan. Then just watch it, and then just listen. Just go to some of his highlights. When after the interview, check him out. Go to some of his mid-range stuff.
He's a mid-range king. He's
the mid-ranger. But his footwork, his balance, his body control, his IQ, his array of shots, righty float, left float, off wrong foot float, off right foot, left float.
So why do you think he's why
he just haven't won yet? He hasn't won yet. If you look at his production, I'm thinking maybe 6 or 7 years, 20 plus in a row. He's an all-star starter for the most part.
So Art used to always talk about him. We used to talk basketball.
DeRozan.
He used to always
appreciate it.
He used to always advocate for him in arguments. I'm like, what? We used to like, what are you?
Listen to me. If he wins, watch what's put on him. It's funny how one championship can put you in another category. It really can. But listen, go check his stuff out. You will see Kobe through him a lot.
I know this is his favorite player.
His
is he better than PG?
No, he's not better than PG. Not as a complete basketball player. I think.
But PG got that long ball.
Yeah. DeRozan, because DeRozan, you're right. He don't shoot the three yet. But no, I think Paul George. Before this year, I had Paul George as third best player in the league. Last year,
with the OKCs,
averaging 29 per, led the league in steals. I thought was the best on-ball defender 2 years in a row, even better than Kawhi. One of the years Kawhi was hurt, but I thought Paul George was the best on-ball defender in the league. And then his skill. I mean, listen, you can put him at the one, that's fine. He can run screen and roll. He got great finesse, great wiggle, great footwork. He can shoot the three. He can go off the dribble, one dribble, two dribble. Hezzy. Screen and roll. I snake the screen and roll. I can come off here. I can separate. I can post.
He gets obviously been getting criticized a lot, right?
It's just the big stage moments to where you have to not put him at the top. Because you gotta clamp those down when you get the chance. You gotta finish when you get a chance in the big moment.
I'm gonna say this. I want to do this real quick. I'm gonna tell you what player in the league you remind me of. You're gonna do the opposite of me, right?
Okay.
So I said to see if you agree with this.
Okay.
I think you kind of got some CP in you.
Okay.
Some CP3ish in you, a little bit. I mean that's new school quarterback who we grew up in, but you kind of CP3ish a little bit.
Well, I appreciate it. That's a compliment.
I mean,
no doubt.
Because he get the money, but he also
getting others involved.
He also gets the assists too. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I do pride myself,
because he can score, man, and you can score.
He's a lovely scorer. He is.
So I feel like that's that. Yeah. He's a good balance of that. I mean, I guess if you want to. I mean, Dame is. TP is like the because he's sound. He gonna run the system. He gonna run the show and get.
And he gonna lead.
He gonna lead.
And he's gonna lead.
And he gonna lead. So that's what I would say. You kind of CP3 with it.
Well, I appreciate it. I always kind of matched you with more of a Michael Redd. Remember him?
Red.
All-star, Olympic.
Lefty. It got to be a lefty.
Yeah, because it matched, but y'all did have some similarities. It was y'all had the size. In your day, and probably still for you. I seen you dunking the other day on. I wonder how much ice you did.
I got, bro. Like I'm still.
I wonder how much ice you had to use.
I haven't done since that day, bro. I'm like, dang, bro.
Yeah, I see that. But I will say this: Michael Redd had, he had some athleticism when he was playing. He was a lefty. He had stroke. He had a tricky game, kind of like yours.
Speaking of that, what about James Harden? I don't dribble as much as him.
No, you don't dribble as much as Harden. You got some of the shots that Harden makes. You make those too. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't. But you don't. You never bad.
Sauce it up. I don't sauce.
Yeah.
I might do one little pullback. Not like a keep going.
You more to the point when you're trying to score. You don't have to, and then come here and then come back here. You was more. Listen, you got to it early. It's just what it was.
Dang, your favorite player is DeMar DeRozan. I can't get over that, man. That's crazy. Your favorite player is DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan is my favorite player because I'm more of a skill guy. I love skill.
So when you watch the game, when you watch basketball, what are you looking at? What viewpoint are you looking when you watch it? So we're watching the game right now. Okay. Let's say we're watching Rockets and Lakers. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? How somebody getting their money? Are you looking at sets? Because when you become a coach, you start to see.
You listen. You copy sets. That's what you do. That's what you do. If I'm in coach mode, I'm in copy mode. I'm taking something that wasn't mine, and I'm gonna apply to what I do. I may put my touch on it, but when I'm in coach mode, is okay, yeah. Inbounds come off. Okay, yeah, no. I need that. That's good for IJ when he come off, or Cam and Bryce when they come off. I want to use it. Now, I'm not coaching. Basketball's over, but the NBA's still playing. I'm enjoying it. Listen, look at this craft. Look at Harden. Look at Bron's IQ. Look at his impact. I'm just enjoying skill.
You think Bron's the best player in the world?
No, I stand by this.
You don't think he's an OG in the league? I think he's.
He is an OG.
I mean, he's boss. He's hanking it right now, right?
He is the.
He got the mental on these guys, right?
Without a doubt, he got an edge on a ton of guys. But man, you talked about this earlier. I've been saying this for 5 seasons. Kevin Durant is the best player in the league. And since I said that, this is when he was in Oklahoma City. This is my, it's public on my Facebook. He's won since then. He's knocked LeBron. Here's the thing.
And the most efficient scorer I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, my God.
How can you get 20 off of 7 shots? I mean, it's just.
You average 27 off 17 shots all the time.
So 40. That brother shot what Iverson shot? 30 shots a game with that.
Listen, I don't know if you've seen this, the Kyrie and Iverson comment. You see that? What KD said? Said that Kyrie was better than Iverson.
Why they doing this?
That's what he said, man. Not the.
Listen. First of all, I feel like I gotta get my Steve now. Look, I got love for KD, okay, and Kyrie.
Okay.
But it's like they doing this like they're hyping each other. And they're giving themselves a lot of pressure. They're going to have to really come on up because now you're talking about Kyrie said the whole we don't need a coach thing.
Yeah, that was.
And then Katie's LeBron is the king and I beat him twice. So what's that make me?
Right.
Then Kyrie talking about I ain't never been with somebody who this is the first time. Come on, man.
Nah, it's yeah.
He's
always been the closer.
Iverson though.
I think Kyrie is a better player than Iverson. I just think Iverson...
A better player than Iverson.
A better player. A better... let's check the boxes, and I think Kyrie checked more. Except, you can't even take the fact that Kyrie's a winner. And hit the dagger to put them boys
the
in.
Dagger.
When he hit that shot, it's... Listen, if you didn't rock with LeBron... It took the air out of you when Kyrie hit that, because you got to remember, they went up 4. with just seconds left. It wasn't a three that you could hit.
Nobody could even hit a shot. That game was crazy. I think it was like 6 minutes of nobody scoring. No,
it was a drought. It was a drought. I do think if you just checking boxes, skill, who's a better ball handler, who shoots the three better, who goes off the dribble better, who runs screen and roll better, who can do this better.
You think he's
Kyrie
better ball handler?
Oh
yeah, because he can. Yeah.
No, don't get it twisted. I know Iverson
wasn't really.
He was saucy
like that, but
he had a cross. His cross was lethal. It was
deadly.
But Kyrie,
he put people on their back for that.
No, he did. He embarrassed a lot. But Kyrie, Kyrie ball handling. Let's just really think about it.
Okay, so if they're playing against each other, who are you taking?
In a one-on-one game, I'm gonna take Kyrie.
In the game.
Yeah. Now, I would rather have Iverson.
You can buy yourself
on my team if I had to choose who would I want on my team, or if I had to start a franchise, both of them, and I would still take Iverson because it was something about Iverson. I just think Kyrie can be a bad teammate, man, and I think people don't want to. Is this stigma not following him? It's kind
of with a little
and you get here, you get hurt, they win without you. You come back, they lose, then you leave again. Think about it.
I said the same thing.
This was his first year gone. They win again without and I ain't taking nothing from Kyrie. He's a star.
I wouldn't say so maybe bad teammate, but can be better
could be better.
A better leader.
Let's say
better leader.
Let me take that away. I don't want to say a bad teammate.
A better leader for sure.
But he is starting to get a slight rep as far as being hard to deal with.
It's almost getting too late. Getting that.
This is your last run. If you don't make this one run, it's over for Kyrie.
I take that.
Not as far as playing, but just being him. Being him.
I think I would take Iverson just off of availability, bro. I mean,
availability. I'm all about that.
No. Rain, snow, or sleep. Elbow, knee, bone.
He's gonna be there.
I'm coming to play. No doubt. I'm playing. I think he played the whole career with like 6, 7 injuries.
Mm-hmm. I'm playing. That sounds about right. He's gonna be there now. He's gonna fight, and like he say, this is his own slogan. I play every game like it's my last. So he's gonna give it everything he got. 6 feet, 165, getting money with sharks for a career.
With 7-footers in the
that's what I'm saying. Finishing with the tree. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Imagine his. I mean, it's incredible, man, what Iverson did at his side.
And he didn't even know the game.
He just went out there and played.
He said that.
Yeah.
In high school, he said, man, I didn't even know there was an art to this thing. I was just out there hooping.
I was just out there playing. But that's how good he was.
And that's Staples and got one on the first game, opening in the series.
Almost a 50 boy.
Well, man, hey, thanks for coming, man. We're going to keep this going.
Man. Appreciate you having me.
Sports Edition is coming, man. We're going to get in here and talk about it.